Hey guys, Joe over here. Got another VLang video. Starting to learn a little more thanks to the guys in the Discord. Joined their Discord. There's about 256 people online. Half of them are away, but there's a few of us in there. Anyway, go to vlang.io. And I'll show you what I'm trying to do. I have a bash script that generates my markdown for my Svelte newsletter. And as a small project, I'm trying to convert that bash script to VLang. Or V. It's actually just called V. But you have to search for VLang, because you're not going to find shit for the letter V. So anyway, check it out. I did a live stream earlier today, and it was kind of difficult, but we got through it. This is the library documentation. It doesn't have a lot of examples, which would be awesome if it did, because I don't really know what half this means when I'm looking at it. But some of you guys coming from strongly typed languages will have a better understanding of this. But I'll show you what we want to do. So we're basically going to search Google. We're going to go to Google, and we're going to search for VLang, and then we're going to go tools, anytime, past week, and then we're going to get these results. So there is an API called WebShare, which I'm using, which will get you, sorry, not WebShare. Hold on, is it WebShare? Z. No, I don't want that. ZenSerp is what it is. ZenSerp.io. So this, sorry, ZenSerp.com. ZenSerp just gives you an easy way to parse Google search results, and the free plan has, I think you get like 50 requests or some shit. Well, I'm on a trial. I guess I'm on a trial. $29 a month. There's probably something cheaper out there, but check it out. You basically get an API key. I will change this after this video so you guys don't fucking run up money on my account. But you can use curl to just query Google and get JSON back. So we could do like, oops, not that. Pipe it to JQ, and then just put dot, and you get a pretty print. Whoops. Why did that not work? Why did that not work? Oh, I think that has to be in quotes. No API key provided. Provided, it's right there. Oh, I think that's the example. I have to copy my API key. Okay. Jesus Christ, what the fuck am I doing wrong here? Oh, this is double quoted. The fuck is this shit? I don't need that. Okay, that's why it was fucking up. I got in there twice. No, something's still wrong here. No API key provided. Okay, now I'm feeling like an idiot here. What am I doing wrong? What? Why is it pasted in there twice? Let's go back. Standard search. Okay, this is not what I wanted to show you guys. Anyway, it works. I'm not gonna dick around with debugging that. So, two libraries, net HTTP and JSON 2. Whoops. Let's look at the first version, which uses JSON 1. So, you can find the net HTTP library at vlang.io, and then go to standard lib, look for HTTP, you'll see net HTTP, and then you can just do get. So function get URL string, you get a response back. I'm not sure what this question mark means. If you guys, I don't know what that means, but you have to have it there. Or you can do or panic error over here. So basically I'm declaring, don't worry about these structs for right now. This one's not even used. So for, this is how you declare a variable. Foo equals bar. So you don't just do equals, you do colon equals. I don't know why, but that's how it works. So the keyword I'm going to search Google for is VLAN. And then this is my URL. It's got my API key. Got the keyword. I'm getting 100 results. And I'm searching in the last week because this is going to be a weekly newsletter. And then the JSON library, just search JSON in here. You can go in here. You have encode and decode. So again, this would be awesome. I'm not a documenter, and I don't know the language good enough to do it, but I would love to see examples in here if any of you guys working on the project or listening. But basically, you just, I create a mutable. It doesn't need to be mutable. It's not mutable. But you just call JSON, so you get the response, right? And then you call JSON.decode. You pass in your struct, which says the result is organic. The first property I'm interested in is organic. And I'm going to say it's an array of organic result structs. So this is the new shit to me. I have avoided TypeScript because I don't like this shit, but if you're going to be doing V, then you got to learn it. So it's a little easier than TypeScript, I think. But so we have a struct here defining the array of objects in API result. And we just want the, I'm just going to pull the ones I want. I want the title, the URL, the destination, the description. I don't know what the destination is. I'm going to remove that. I just want title, URL, and description. So we get that. We decode it with res.text. Res.text gives us the response. We get a response object. If we were to comment this out, here, I'll just print line res. Let's just comment these out. I'll just comment out that print. Oops. So So if we would run weekly dot v, it's gonna warn because it's not doing anything. That's fine. So should we get the whole response object? And you can see it's a net HTTP response struct. So I suspect in a couple weeks I'll be used to dealing with this. But we get the text is what we wanted. That's got the JSON string from Google's API or ZenSerp's API. It's got a cookies property. Got some other stuff, headers. This is where the text response ends. So this is all Google JSON. And then we got some other extra stuff, headers. L headers, I don't know what L headers are. Cookies, that should be obvious in the status. So it's pretty similar to fetch or curl or anything else. I delete that. So we're just interested in the dot text, so we pass that in. Again, I'm not sure what this question mark does, but it's needed there. And then I'm going to go through, and now this operates URLs refers to this API result because that's what we decoded it into, I guess. That's how you would say that. So I'm going to do dot organic. For URL in dot organic gives me an array of these organic result structs. Okay, sorry if I'm over explaining this, but I'm still learning it myself. And then I'm just going to print URL.URL. So we can print title too. Let's do URL.title. And then I don't know if you can use comma. Let's see if that works. So we're going to run that. No, can't use comma. So I think you can quote these things like that. I think that would work. Let's try that. Great, it did work. So we got the title and the URL. So basically what I'm going to do here, and I'll do a couple of videos on this. I'll probably work on it over the next couple days. So this is using the standard JSON library. It requires you to define your structs representing the types, the data types of the data you're going to be working with. So that's all new to me. I started with Perl back in the 90s, moved to PHP and Ruby, went back to Perl, did a lot of Node.js the last 10 years, so I've never really had to deal with typing. But now everyone in JavaScript world seems to think TypeScript is great, but I'm really liking this shit because it's easy to develop. VLang, I don't have to install, 800 megabytes of code to to write a script, which you have to do with Node and JavaScript and all that, so it's pretty cool. So there's that. Alright, so there's another way. I have that in version 2 using JSON 2. So let's go back over here. Where was it? So we'll type JSON 2. So we get that. You have to import this X JSON 2, which I've done here. We want net HTTP still. Everything's the same. Only we're going to use raw decode on res.text to get the result. This doesn't need to be mutable. And the JSON 2 doesn't require all the structs. You notice I don't have those at the top. The difference is this approach, you have to say, like, before you use the thing, and the thing being a property of an object, you have to you have to define its type, like programmatically. So that's, if you come from JavaScript, it's not ideal, but it's probably a little easier. So what we do is we get the data, we just take the result as a map, and then we get data. So now we can do data. This looks a little more familiar to me. So I can look up organic, because remember the Google response has a JSON object with organic as an array of results. So we're just going to set that to links. Make sure you call array on it, and then we can loop through it. And then you have to do that for everything. So we have a link struct or whatever I don't know what it is, but you have to call as map on it, and then you can link the URL or index the URL, and then you have to call string on that. So it's very verbose, but as you can see, it's less lines. I don't have to have a lot of knowledge up front of what my data looks like. Let's do the title too. Title equals link. Let's just do let's just do obj link as map. And then we can do object URL as string and object dot or index title dot string. Call string on it. Here we're going to do title colon URL. And you don't need double quotes to interpolate. That's one thing I noticed, which is like different from every other programming language I've used. So I don't know if that's intentional or what, but that's how that works. So we're gonna run vrun weekly 2, and we get the same response. We got the titles and the links. I ironically clicked on the same link. So this is what I'm converting this script, this bash script. Eventually we're going to take these URLs, crawl them, parse their HTML, and then write out some markdown. And then we're going to convert that markdown to HTML, and then we're going to use Mailgun to send the emails out to our email list. If you want to sign up to my Svelte Weekly email list, just go to svelteweekly.com. I think it still redirects there. Let me see. Yeah, you can subscribe there. I don't actually publish here, but until I get my back end working, which was one of the earlier videos, I'm gonna at least let people subscribe here. It's free. I'm not paying for it, but it's easier than trying to self-host. A lot of the bigger open source solutions just are too much work, and that's kind of what I'm thinking in my old age. I want something simple, quick, and easy to use. The only problem is I don't have a CS degree, so I don't know all this strongly typed stuff. So anyway, it looks like V is pretty early on, so I'm not concerned about catching up. I think I'm probably one of the early adopters there, and who knows, maybe in a year or two it'll be really popular. But anyway, that's it. I don't have the code for this. Once I get something working that's pretty useful, maybe I'll release it as open source. So that's it for now. Alright. Remember, just go to excuse me. Just go to chovy.com if you want to subscribe to my YouTube. I'm Chovy on Twitter. I'm on Reddit, but they keep banning me. I pretty much go on Ruckus these days. Check them out. ruqqus.com. They're kind of like a Reddit thing. They're like, you got some of these MAGA fucking fools over there, but if you can deal with that shit, it's not too bad. They kind of stay in their own communities, so That's cool. And you can ignore communities too, which I like. Anyway, quick plug for that. Alright guys, take it easy. I'll see you later.